then all the negatives echo. Tranquility, but still on the rugged, like a gentle giant, unplugged, token on bud. Man, I get so high, I hope I don't start babbling. Yo, we astral traveling.
You know we about to.
Get stoned. Get
You know we about to.
get stoned.
Yo, you know we about to.
Get stoned. Get
You know we about to.
get stoned.
You know we about to.
Get stoned.
Yo, we flying through your neighborhood at hyper speed. Astral traveling off that hydro weed. I always keep my wings on deck, smoking live.
Yo, every day anyway, yo, I spark the lie.
I'm never hitting no coke, that's no joke. And y'all ain't no poke, needles in my veins, I don't be going for broke. Strictly haze for days, traveling higher. While petty people stand, wonder why I'm so wired. Cause we astral traveling, smoking sticky.
Good evening, motherfuckers. Guess who's back from the dead? It's me, Marcellus Hefner, my Filipino guy Black Rob, Big Kingsley over in the cut, and we got a special guest.
We do.
Billy Gaultier, aka Billy Amin. He'll be coming on later to express his hard sartorial opinions. And me and him just may clash because we have several times this week in the group chat, so it's bound to happen. That's why I love him, though. Good African debates are the best. The best. Anywhom, though, this is the Guide to Grade A Living over at our new home, Mild Sauce Radio. You know,
Shout out the platform.
Shout out to
boy
Jake.
Jake.
our engineer du jour, our producer, the man in the
Phil
front
Jackson,
and
you
in the
know.
back of this whole situation. But yeah, shit. Let's just get right into it. You know,
Let's go.
you guys, y'all did see Atlanta this week, right?
Everybody's seen Atlanta, I'm pretty sure, right? In the stew, right?
yeah. That shit was fucking crazy. Like,
But how you feel about this? Has this season been crazy though?
oh yeah. I'm happy that they ran it back, and I think he already confirmed for another season. But Donald Glover was necessary at this, like, for this opportunity for sure. Dude's like super smart.
Especially for the culture, man. But
Yeah. Like the shit when Paperboy got robbed was crazy. The fucking like Oktoberfest episode or whatever. Like, I don't know what the fuck him and Van gonna go through, but that's some whole like insecure love story type of shit going on right there.
Even like when Paperboy is like kind of semi-successful but not successful in dealing with the "all you famous, let me get a picture."
Yeah,
"All you
I'm not a
famous, you want
star."
this," or "put me on." It's like, damn, I'm not even a star yet. Just imagine when I do become a star.
Yeah, I'm very interested in seeing like how he progresses, because I also feel like some gonna come at a point where some other manager is gonna try to take Paperboy away from Earn, and
They
that's
had
gonna
that
fuck it up.
scene where like you
But
know
he
what?
was trying to,
Yeah. So I'm like,
yeah.
but at the same time too, it's like what's going on in the current music scene. It's like this is what Donald Glover's like portraying, like from people who are not in the creative scene. Like this is what actually is going on. Like from the corporate side and the street side, like people who got regular lives, like even Paperboy said, like, yo, the kid was like, how come you're not fresh? But like, yo,
He
I'm
ain't
a
doing
human
no
being.
shows yet. He's
Yeah.
still out here jugging, paying his bills. Honestly, like if you look at, that's
Why
why I
he got
like
the
it though.
plug?
That's why I
Exactly.
like it. Exactly. Oh, when he got robbed by his plug though, that shit was
But-
fucked.
That was fucked up, Jay.
No, but his plug kept it real. He was like, I need this right now. More than you need this. I'm going to keep these bricks and I'm going to keep this bread.
It's
Just
just,
so I can live out here for the next couple of days.
but
No,
you
I
know,
feel
I feel
that.
like that's what's fucked up about like life and perception anyway, and especially like in the social media era. Cause low key, Paperboy do still need that bread. The dope boy think that he don't because he hot, etc. But like I just said, like he ain't doing no shows. Yeah, he walked through that little fake Spotify office and shit. But like the niggas out on the road, he ain't really got no bread for real. He living like a up and coming Atlanta star, I feel like. But the checks ain't coming in. Like, remember when I started listening to Black Boy JB right before that Drake shit happened or whatever?
Yeah.
And like just the difference, like instantly from Look Alive, like this shit did like 3 million in a day, bro.
Nigga went from dancing in a bando to
Yeah,
going
yeah.
on shows, getting new watches. Is it the
Getting
trickle-
signed
is it
at
the trickle
OVO?
down?
Living his
Yeah.
best life, but that line that he got over the weekend was trash. I don't know what that was about. I love JB, but I saw that shit was like, fool. What is it? I saw it in the group chat and it was like hella like wavy at the front.
Wait,
like,
on his line?
Yeah, bro. You go on your phone and see it. This shit was wild. Like, and
He
he
had a
posted on his
crazy
IG.
Beijing,
Yeah,
man. Like, it's
Bro,
sprayed
what it was.
online, and like, it was just like, bruh, you gotta cut that one back a notch.
Yeah,
But it's crazy how, like, though, like, in that episode of Atlanta, how Donald Glover stayed in character, they said the whole time on set, though. Like,
that's
But
And
you
he
got
was white
Teddy
face.
Perkins.
yeah. I
character,
did love the white face
I had, to
aspect.
ask, I had to ask Shorty, like, hold on, is that white makeup on him? And I'm like, whoa, he in white face. then I found out, I'm like, hold on, this nigga acting like Michael Jackson. I started dying.
Now it
Yeah,
creeped me
bro.
out at first. I was watching it by myself like 2 a.m, and I was
That's
like,
a hell of a
damn,
time to watch that episode.
G. And then I was watching
You said
the
what?
whole time. I was like, man, I'm getting creeped by this fucking episode. So, but in the end, it was just like fucked up.
What was your
Like,
favorite part about that episode, though?
that segment when his father was introduced. Remember that was like a turning point for me. Man, that shit was too deep, bro.
Man.
Like I'm telling you, like when he was saying, like, man, I get punishment for X, Y, and Z because like his
Made
dad,
me great.
yeah,
That's that Tiger Dad
but
shit,
but at the
bro.
same time too, like it detach you from your childhood. Like you don't have a childhood. Like when you grow up and this is the only thing that you know how to do it.
But then remember, you said you want to have a Hall of Fame of dads. Serena
Yeah,
Williams.
Yeah.
yeah,
Tiger
yeah.
parents, man, like
Yeah.
it's
Magic
fucked
Johnson,
up
like,
because
yeah.
them the type of parents they will make you great on some like
Yeah.
I'm gonna coach you and teach you, but that's a hell of a parent to actually be a parent because like you're a diehard coach and you still like how do you actually express love? It was a HBO documentary. It's still up, but it's called like I don't know, like the League of Change or some shit like that, and they were talking about like young athletes or whatever dealing with shit. Bro, it was one fucking parent, a dad. He had a daughter and like Blasian or whatever. He wanted his daughter to be like fucking Tiger Woods, like the girl Tiger Woods. And she's awesome, killing hella shit or whatever. But she fucked up in the tournament. This man yelled at her and like checked her, but he was still mic'd up. And they got a clip of this nigga walking by himself and he called his daughter a fucking bitch. I'm like, that is intense, bro. Like, I can only imagine. And this was some years ago, so she probably maybe like 14 to 16 years old in real life now. I can only imagine what that household looked like. Like, a kid trying to come into their own, and your parent is like that overbearing and like, no, you have to do this, you have to do that. And like, you know, you already a teenager, so you just want to break off from authority anyway. Like, the young girl might not even be playing golf no more. Some fuck this, dad. I want to do something else. That'll kill me. I wanna be the type of parent where like I will help push you some, but I don't never want to like break you to that point. Like it's gonna be okay, and I'm gonna still love you. Cause the way sometimes these parents be talking to you or beating your ass, it's like
That's just
it
like
don't
the-
feel like love.
That's
It don't
just
feel
like
love.
the Michael Jackson situation.
Exactly. Or the
What was your
Williams
favorite
sisters.
part?
The shotgun. That
Oh,
shit
yeah.
fucked me up, bro.
Oh.
That shit fucked me up. I watched that like a couple times. That just the boom. And like how all that shit played out with the wheelchair. And then, I was just like, whoa, it was intense, bro. And that was with all the episode and the build up and all of that shit. It was just like, fuck.
I had two favorite parts. When the nigga was filling out the paperwork, and he said, I know how it feels. He's like, you don't know how it feels.
Yeah.
Tripping, spazzing out of
Jay,
nowhere.
like,
That part, and when the nigga went to the basement by accident,
oh,
and he
yeah.
was like,
And-
shit, I'm going to go if I have to. And he kept walking, and
Like,
Buddy
this
was in a
destiny.
wheelchair. And I'm like, is this the same dude?
That's what I was thinking, bro. And then when he pop up later on, I'm like, oh, it's not the same because the dude was crazy. So I thought he would have like played characters on some whole Michael Jackson shit,
Yeah.
just been running around his house fucking with people. Then that's
like,
Gee, nah, because the nigga pressed the button on the elevator for one and it went to the basement.
Gee, I rewatched
That's
that
a tweak
episode,
house.
right? And I had to see if the man was really in the corner when the door opened up. And he was
bro.
really in the corner
I
the
was
whole
sick.
time.
I was sick.
Like,
that shit freaked me
Yeah,
the fuck
bro.
out.
It was creepy. The motherfuckers was saying it was like a merger, like the Michael Jackson story and Get Out.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah,
wow,
yeah,
that like
definitely.
makes total fucking
That's
Is
sense.
it
all right.
safe to say that Donald Glover is a creative genius so far? Like,
He
you know?
even said it, man. Like he even say he's Jesus. Everything that he touched, it's like the one.
I don't know if I'm gonna call the man a genius just yet, but he's very.
But he's
talented.
always working though.
he's-
He's
yeah,
always
he's-
working. Like
That's cool. It's a lot of niggas working,
Ain't-
but Genius is genius. That's
So-
just such a hard
like-
word to just give somebody.
With that being said, is Kanye a creative genius?
Yeah.
Or is Virgil a creative genius? Hey Jay, could you play that record real fast? That clip, the audio clip real fast? Thanks.
Damn, I kinda wish I
Me
could.
and Virgil are in Rome
That's what was he saying?
giving designs to Fendi over and over and getting our designs knocked down. Brought the leather jogging pants 6 years ago to Fendi, and they said no. How many motherfuckers you done seen with a leather jogging pant?
Yeah, okay.
Meaning, like,
hear
so
you.
when I see Hedy Slimane, and it's all like, okay, this is my take on the world. Yeah, he got some nice $5,000 jeans in there. It's some nice ones here and there, some good shit here and there. But we culture. Rap the new rock and roll. We culture. Rap is the new rock and roll. We the rock stars.
It's been like that now for a minute.
It's been like that for a minute, Hedy Slimane. It's been like that for a minute.
And-
we the real rock stars, and I'm the biggest of all of them.
So with that being said, is Kanye a creative genius?
Yeah, I'm gonna give Kanye that.
Was he ahead of his time?
Yeah.
Definitely,
Him
definitely.
and Virgil was going to Fendi. Now
Yeah.
Virgil works for LVMH, a company owned. You know, Fendi is owned by. My bad, but at that point in time, people thought Kanye was like crazy or
That's-
like a madman. But was he an evil genius talking?
That's what I think. It's not for every person, but an aspect of genius is being ahead of your
Forefront,
time.
yeah,
Like there's a thing called the chasm, I want to say, of early adopters or some shit like that, or trends or whatever. And it starts off with creator/innovator. So those are like the first niggas who think of the ideas, enhance shit, et cetera, et cetera. Then you have your early adopters. We usually collectively, all our crew, we usually sit within that creator, innovator, or early adopter shit. We like with it, or we thinking of some shit and jumping on it ourselves. Then you get the early majority and the late majority. Early majority, I feel like, are like the niggas who follow the blogs or whatever. Like you hip enough nowadays, but at the same time, it's like you not in the circle. Then
Yeah,
the
you're
late
like in the middle of the
majority,
pond.
yeah, your late majority is like zoomies. Then the last one is the laggards. Those are like the name says it, goddamn me, or whatever. And I think like, you know what? I'll say it. I'll go ahead and give Virgil that. I would say he's a creative genius. Like looking back over what he's done as a businessman, as a creative, the fact that he's technically trained in architecture. When he went to Basel 2 Basels ago, and he instead of niggas expecting him to like put the art piece out, he puts furniture out. Then he got the IKEA collection coming up.
That's
He
real
about
cold.
to have a retrospective at the MCA next year. Like, dude talented. Then on top of that, him being Kanye's creative director. So all of that Kanye shit, which Kanye has a lot of himself, but Kanye being genius enough to choose somebody like Virgil Abloh, Don C, Ivan Jasper, like niggas like that to be in his crew. Or Mr. Hudson just still signed to good music just for whatever fucking reason. Like, there's a certain level right there. But then Virgil come through and like he's the actual like hand man. Like he's making things. Kanye creates vibes. He's like so far ahead of his time when it comes to music and just how shit should go. And he's the perfect vessel for like shifting culture. But Virgil is the nigga that has the studio that's like literally always working. If you follow him, like the niggas never, I don't
So
even know
you
when
would
the niggas
say-
sleep other than plane flights.
Kanye would be the forefront, the face. Virgil would be like the back end of like the whole situation.
Yeah, I'd say Virgil's really just acting out Kanye's plan.
Oh, hi,
okay,
Billy.
yeah.
Hi, Billy.
Billy,
Forgot
what's
to
up?
introduce
Yeah,
our
so-
bro.
Hey,
Gully, what is it? Gully Gaultier, aka Billy. I mean,
How can people, identify you? What's your Twitter and your IG
That's a
real
good
quick?
one. I do not know what Twitter I've had. 'Cause
you got a Tumblr page on Instagram
I have a
now.
Tumblr,
That's
Matt.
what it.
Yeah,
That's
Matt,
what it
we
is.
got to revive Tumblr now.
I'm
somehow,
totally
some way.
with that. Totally with
Yeah,
that. bro.
Instagram is Bill.Amin, AMIN, and that's it. It will change soon, so y'all just catch up.
This episode
go for
is live now and will drop on iTunes probably Tuesday. So I don't know if he'll change it by then. But how do you feel about Virgil
Oh my
and what he's
God.
been doing? Like, just simply like from Nike to IKEA to Kanye's set stage back in the day to like now? Do you feel like he's a creative genius or a finesser?
I feel like Virgil for us in Chicago, he's our champion.
Okay.
You know, he's gone out and done what a lot of us have wanted to do, and we can never hate on that. In regards to him being a creative genius, I will say he's more like he's a reductionist or revisionist in a sense. He doesn't really create; he just revisions. He
Right,
sees
exactly.
something
An
in-
innovator.
Exactly.
Yes,
Thank you very
yes,
much, Mars. Yes. So he'll take something and innovate it, and we don't have a lot of people. We have a lot of those, but not a lot who are really talented at doing so. You know. So when we do get one like Virgil, we have to stop and take our time and really appreciate him.
Oh, question though. Would you not consider innovation to be an aspect of creation? I mean, especially the way that he approaches things. Like just even the 10 series with the Nike shoes. Like the way that he did that, they all felt like new. Like they essentially were new shoes. Similar silhouettes, similar names, shit that niggas already know. But the way that he did it, it wasn't the same as like a flip and a new colorway. Like Virgil really did reconstruct and create new shoes.
Myself personally, I've always struggled with the idea or the concept of what a creative genius is or what creating really is. I think I'm still coming to terms with, still trying to figure out what it really is.
True.
But me personally, as far as Nike the 10 goes, I feel like every kid has had it in their head to like redo the Jordans. You know,
And it's not like
it's something you always
redo,
have in the
it's
back of your mind. I just think he acted upon it, and you know it requires a certain amount of bravery because you're touching something that's classic.
Right. See, I want to
Yeah,
interject
true,
on that. It's more of like, you are touching something classic, but at the same time, so you just got to add features to that classic. Like, bring it back to.
Well, I feel like that's
current
what
times.
I feel like that's what a lot of niggas is doing. Like I wasn't even that excited on Air Max Day. Number one, like the promo was like super oversaturated everywhere.
Yeah.
The shoe was like nice, but at the same time, it really felt cute to me.
When
It
you-
didn't
hey,
really
hey.
feel like, oh, this shit is ill, especially after seeing it every fucking where. It's just like, what are you doing, Nike? And then you doing campaigns in all major markets globally for a fucking shoe. Like, respect to Mr. Witherspoon or whatever. Like, cool, you doing your thing. I ain't knocking you, but at the same time, like Nike as the corporation could have peeled back just a little bit on that shit. And that definitely has a thing with it as well. Like perception, exposure versus overexposure, rarity, the supreme effect, the hype effect. Like a lot of those things do play a role into shit as well because I mean, rarity increases value. That's one of the 48 laws of power.
Yeah. So the thing about that is though, it's supremely rare though. That's what we have to stop and think about. I personally don't feel like
Right,
Supreme
Jim
is rare.
Jones, you don't deserve a check, bro.
Exactly,
Nobody
right?
re-released
Yes.
that shirt. It's
Thank
only
you.
resellers.
How much did he get again?
14 bands, which is not bad for a photo shoot, and you
Okay,
get a
sorry.
Supremes, you get a box logo.
Sorry,
That's
Mark.
tight.
So I don't really follow Supreme that closely. So I do want to know, did he just model the box logo to you, or was it more? As
Yeah. Oh, damn. Okay. Yeah. So each season, up until recently with the Terry Richardson shit, because Terry Richardson was their
Scumbag.
photographer that would do the photo shoots, but each season it would be a celebrity wearing the box logo, which would itself become a picture tee on some meta shit. So when I was talking about in the group chat, like
Gotcha.
Kate Moss, like she wore the box logo ages ago, then came back and did it again for him. It was one season with Mike Tyson, Jewels, Mobb Deep did one, fucking Morrissey did one, Kermit the Frog was on one, and they usually do like a skate decks or like posters and just a bunch of other shit. Like there have been parties with musicians, like when Nas did it, Mobb Deep them did it, they would do
And
a
Dipset, too.
concert too. They would do a concert, so like it would be a Supreme party for the opening of the season. Niggas do a concert, like it's a whole thing. Like it's a whole thing.
It sounds like niggas just didn't read their contracts.
Probably like well, that's a little hard.
Facts.
Like I was,
Facts.
yeah.
Facts.
I was kind of
Is it bad? How
talking.
bad
I was
was
kind of.
it? Is it like, how bad is the contract?
No, I don't think it was a bad contract. I just don't think. I think that the nigga sees what Supreme is now and thinking like,
Yes.
damn, I was doing that years ago. We should have got some stock in this motherfucker, some
He's missing
ownership.
out. Yeah, he's missing
That's
out.
why I was talking shit in the group chat earlier. Like I don't know what the man bag is, so I don't think that he's actually broke. But it's like you thirsty looking for like a check just because like Supreme big now.
I feel like this about Jim Jones. And he might eventually listen to this episode. Well, fuck it, because when he see meet me, I'll be a cool guy. But on IG, he be reaching like a motherfucker.
Oh, for real?
Oh.
Yeah, he be in niggas' comments like, yeah, save me a pair of these, or oh yeah, I need
Wait,
that,
hold on.
bro.
Does he still
Well,
have
for
Vamp
real?
Life or no?
Remember
Like probably in the hood boutiques.
Hold on. Remember when the Fear of God Trek Bands came out last
Yeah.
year? Then the bootleg version started coming out.
Oh my God.
He was on the bootleg version page, like
Whoa.
on the Chinese man version page. Like, yeah, I need all the colors.
Oh my god.
Oh, actually, so small facts here. Kanye West, back to Kanye West. The zipper jeans, right?
That's
He
right.
initially bought those to Heidi Slimane. Heidi didn't want anything to do with them, so he took them to Jerry Lorenzo, and that's how you got the zipper jean.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Good fun fact. I didn't know about that.
Do you think race and diversity plays a big role in like fashion and all these houses?
Of course.
'Cause, like
Of course.
I just like
Yeah.
fashion. I just like fashion myself. Like I just like nice clothes. And all
Yes.
junk.
Art.
But it seems like more as I get around more of my creative friends and different elements, they will tell me like, yeah, racism plays a factor, in our field. Like more towards me. I'm coming in here like, guerrilla warfare. You gonna see us.
Right,
Like, I don't
right,
care who
right,
you are.
right.
But like I know people who don't have my mentality, they want to go the proper way. Do you feel like race and diversity plays a big role in fashion or like any of these creative fields?
Yeah, I definitely do. Like I always say all the time, representation matters. And like the thing about the art world, fashion world, music world, when it comes to culture, this is like museum shit. Like if you think about the actual metaphor of how museums all around the world have stolen artifacts from all of these places in Asia, in Africa, South America, places where Europeans have imperialized, conquested, taken over, fucked up the earth or the economy or whatever, it raped, pillaged, and then left most of the time and neglected. But they keep these things in their museums. Like Egyptians have asked consistently throughout the years. Nigerians have asked consistently through the years to get their artifacts back so they can build their own museums. These places won't give that shit back to them. The same way that high fashion takes from streetwear, and we asking for an opportunity, check, or acknowledgement.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for Twitter, I don't know if Dapper Dan would have got his pop-up shop.
Mm.
Like that's the power
Yeah,
of
so
shit nowadays.
I watched him speak. I watched him speak live, and that is something Dapper Dan did admit to. He said that the power of Twitter initially got him the Gucci deal, which, to be fair to him, I'm glad he got it. But let's dial this back and think about what initially happened, right? Dapper Dan took it upon himself to take Gucci's monogram and Louis Vuitton's monogram and counterfeit it in a sense, right? Intellectual property doesn't know color or race. I get it. There's the stuff that's behind it, but you break it down to the bare basics. He stole their monogram.
Yeah.
And I get it. He made something cool with it. You know what I'm saying? Years later, Gucci made something that looked very similar to his. Or sorry, Louis Vuitton did. And I get it. It's like we all want him to get paid, and I do as well. But Dapper Dan versus LVMH.
I agree with you. I agree with you in that particular sense. But at the same time, think about the countless campaigns that were done distastefully and offended different races. Whether it be black people, we tend to get it a lot, but like Asians have cried out, Latin Americans have cried out about things that have offended them. The shit that gets appropriated all the time. Like these things happen, and then you get just like little white girls running around Coachella in like Native American garbs, and like these are things sometimes that are important. Like it is offensive because these mean something. Like I'm not necessarily mad at a white kid wearing like baggy jeans or like dressing like a black guy, whatever the case may be. But I do give a fuck if a motherfucker is like disrespecting somebody's religion or their family. Like that shit is important.
I feel like ignorance kind of rules society at this point, where like majority is ignorant towards a lot of shit.
And
so
this is why race is important and diversity is important. So
We live in idiocracy right now.
Yes, we do. Thank you. Yeah.
Isn't that that movie?
Yeah,
Idiocracy?
Idiocracy, yeah.
we
Yeah.
live in that movie right now.
Actually,
like-
wasn't Trump president in that movie?
I think like a variation of
variation of
basically.
Trump?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
funny
yeah.
how things
So
work out sometimes. But like
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was a black guy
yes,
at first,
yeah.
then became the white guy at the end.
The
He got
irony.
elevated.
Oh, the irony of
That's
that, right? The
crazy.
backlash from the
all
black
right,
guy.
so Pete, bro, it's
Whoa,
like
damn! Shout out to Jay for the good
Yeah.
info.
but no, Bill, like what I'm getting at is the fact that like these things that happen, like our shit is getting taken, bro, and that is racist when we're not welcome in their stores. We can't I remember when we went to Prism that one night and you had the Balenciaga tee on, couldn't get in. You was like, nigga, my t-shirt cost more than the guys who like they wasn't fly anything. We was jiggy, but we couldn't get in because it was black, and then you had a t-shirt on. And we can't get into spaces simply because we're black and perception is everything. Same way I just posted on my Instagram story. 40% of whites still think that black people just need to try harder. Like, motherfucker, we
I
built
feel
the
like-
White House. Like, we gotta try harder. Like, America wouldn't be shit if it wasn't for us and the Industrial Revolution industrial revolution built on the backs of black and brown and yellow people as well. Railroads in California, all the way to motherfucking plantations, bro.
I feel all you're saying, but I feel like the right approach towards this is we take what we have and we kind of blend it all together. I don't think we should keep it separate. It shouldn't be just Afro fashion or Eurocentric fashion. It should be fashion in general, and that's where you get a Hater Ackerman, who's Colombian, who went to school in Chad, who lived in Paris, and now you have his collections where it's like a lot of African notes here and there, but it's Euro cuts. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not mad at somebody that's authentic. That is who he is. But think about accessibility. And you coming from a place of privilege right now, bro. That a lot of people like. Buddy didn't like. That's not something that everybody gets to do. The Strokes is one of my favorite rock bands. Them kids were going. The
Strokes,
that's like my actual favorite rock band. But they met at boarding school in like fucking Sweden, bro. And then they come back and hang out in the Lower East Side as fucking young teenagers, young 20-somethings, and become the greatest rock band of the 2000s.
I feel you, but what about that? What about that is different from us being here in Chicago right now doing this podcast? I get it. It's Sweden, you know what I'm saying? But you get your friends together and you go wherever you're going to go. And, like, Virgil, fucking Rockford, Illinois. Come on, man. Like,
you got to travel.
Like, we have the internet now, man. Like, the internet is...
Kids
that's one thing, but you got to see this person.
Yeah.
You know, like...
Doors have to be open,
of course,
when there's people who have power to keep them closed and open them for certain people.
And doors got to get broken down as well.
Exactly. Which is the dope shit about Virgil. At the same time, why representation matters. We just need more of it, so more doors
stop. Let me stop.
Okay,
so one thing that bothered me about the whole Virgil comment was how people were like, oh, first black man to get appointed to a major house. Also, Boateng.
Yeah, I was about to say,
is
that wasn't true.
Yeah.
Exactly, right? Like, so, like, he's just the most popular black man. Like, people are back here putting in work. You know what I'm saying? And I feel as though if you really stop and look at fashion, yes, I get it. It is like a bureaucracy type of thing. You know, like the rich eat, the poor really don't. And I'll admit that is part of it. You know what I'm saying? But essentially, like you said, the influences come from the streets. And how these houses were made, were created, were from the streets.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But you're taking your influence from something that those same people aren't necessarily always welcome. ASAP Mob isn't every group of young kids running around Harlem trying to get into places. A lot of folks, when I just went a couple months ago or whatever to New York, I was followed around stores. That was the first time I ever got followed around stores. I felt what it felt like when those people be going to Barney's and spending like shit, money that they saved up, and then they ask you if you stole the shit when you walking out the door. That's fucked up, bro.
Yeah, man. Fuck Gucci on Michigan Ave, too.
Hey, but you know what you do, though? When they ask you if you stole the shit, pull out the receipts, pull out the bands, and call that shit a day, man.
Of course,
Keep it
but
pushing.
you still should feel angry enough to want to sue their ass because they deserve it.
Hold on. I went to the Gucci store downtown to buy socks. You remember I tweeted about
Yes, you did.
And how much money I spent on Gucci last year. And they treated me like, oh, just another nigga who didn't deserve to be in the store. I was like, y'all got any socks in the store? The dude was like, nah. He was like a Mexican-American. There was like a black chick next to him. And the reason I say that, because what he said next was real wild. It was some pink socks, literally with glitter. And the dude was like, you know, Young Dolph got these socks on. And I was just like, I kind of like looked, and I looked more at the black worker who was next to him, and she just had the look on her face like, I want to smack the dog shit out of you. And she couldn't say nothing to him.
Yeah.
And I was like, nah, I'll pass on that or whatever. And I'm like, I just order them online. And he just kept just treating me like, yeah, just do that. And I'm like,
whoa.
You know what? It got to a point where like I'm just gonna order stuff online now because
you don't feel welcome in their space.
But to be fair to you though, that's any space you're in nowadays in society. Like let's be honest.
Nah, bro. No, bro. Not every place makes you
Mal
feel
Sauce is a
uncomfortable.
safe space.
Exactly.
No, okay, sorry.
Party Noir is a safe space.
Work in a corporation, work at 9 to 5, and
that's
you
what
get
work
used
in
to
the
bullshit.
opera house.
Yeah, right. Work at the Civic Opera House, you get used to the bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Of course, you used to it, but you shouldn't have to deal with bullshit. You accept it as the fact of life because it is a fact of life, but that don't mean it's right.
You can't.
You don't have to be
It
extra
don't mean-
about it.
Oh no, I'm not saying no. But I've never said it's right.
That's what the shit is about, nigga. Is it cool? Like, does race and diversity matter? Yes or no? The answer
Of course,
is
yes, it does matter. Yes.
Thank you.
Okay.
And race and diversity, think about it. Look how progressive it is. Look at Skepta, right? He won an award over in
Skeptic-
London, right?
Yeah,
What
yeah.
award did he win?
The Mobile Awards. Mobile Award, yeah.
That's like one of the biggest awards in the world, you would say, right?
Yeah.
Especially the other side of the world when you take it
Yeah,
out. Yeah,
an
yeah.
African, a Nigerian, and what happened this week to Skepta? What did he get his
Homecoming, and then he's
Yeah,
in
he went to-
Johannesburg right now doing a show down there. The sold out.
and Homecoming alone? How many big artists you could say? Wizkid
Jay
had a
Huss.
song-
I wish I
Wizkid
was
got a
there, bro.
song,
Starboy.
right?
I wish
Hey,
I was
sorry,
there.
the original Starboy, by the way. Fuck with,
Original
fuck the
Starboy.
weekend.
Lit.
You got the David O. You got all type of artists, and they came down to Africa for one day for Homecoming. You got to think about the diversity and like the
Naomi
race.
Campbell.
Naomi Campbell came down.
That was
there,
a
and
huge
she's
platform,
Jamaican,
bro.
You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
that's a huge
Yeah.
And
platform.
she's showing love for her man, and it just show that like, if it's not gonna happen, here's gonna happen somewhere. You just gotta
gotta do
make
it for
sure it
yourself,
happen. Like these are big artists we just named, big people in the world. They came back to their home place where they from. You know, Skepta might not even really. He might not even be born in Nigeria. I don't know. Was he?
I
No,
think
English,
he's
English,
second
English.
Yeah,
generation.
he's second generation.
Yeah.
But to come back and to be a chief of a village where his parents
Yeah,
are from,
yeah.
that's
That's
major.
major.
That's something I'm shooting for now. You know what I'm saying?
That was really cool
So,
to see.
question: I was eating earlier, and we're discussing Donald Glover. Like you
Okay.
guys were discussing Donald Glover, and I was talking about Cul-de-sac and Camp, which is like Cul-de-sac was like his first mixtape, Camp was the second like
Right,
EP
right.
or whatever. And you stop and listen to it, and he's talking about how much he hates the fact that he feels castigated from the black community. He feels like he's whiter than the rest of them. And now you fast forward.
Which I will say he is.
Cool. Now you fast forward. He's married to a white wife, and he's still championing the black cause. And I feel like we gotta take it upon ourselves to expose ourselves to a lot more. I get it. It's cool to be like mad Afrocentric. I'm cool with that. I fuck with it the long way. Don't get it twisted. But I'm gonna take it upon myself to take like a sacrifice and learn about everything else and come back and make it one big picture.
That's totally cool. That's totally cool. I'm never opposed to anyone trying to diversify their shit. Me personally, well, I just double down on my blacklist right now because now it's more important than ever to keep pushing for these opportunities. Like, we're seeing a lot of winning, but if you look at the actual numbers, it's just like we have a couple of stars that we can really look to as a beacon of light and hope for us. But when you look at the dead numbers, like even working in hospitality like us, the numbers of black restaurant owners, GMs, managers, servers, like all of that shit, like it's a heavy white spot.
We recording the West Loop.
Mhm.
How many black restaurants do you know in the West Loop?
My favorite one closed down.
Honey's, right?
Yep.
And Virgil Abloh, who gave
Be over
Mesmer
at
Honey's, had his whole pop up there. Had the Air Force One. That's major for the culture.
Yeah,
that's
that's
diversity.
super.
You know
That's
what I'm
super
saying?
dope.
That's raising diversity in the culture in a major way.
Mhm.
And when stuff like that happens in communities like this, it could be a major platform. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like through this podcast, we want to actually like share this. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta think about the platform we on right now, and the podcast we talking about, the topics we talking about. It's some kid maybe in Kansas, maybe in the suburbs of Illinois. You know what I'm saying? They be like, damn, I can relate to what they're saying. You know what I'm saying? Because I used to live in Inglewood, and I moved to Hazel Crest, and I moved to Algonquin, and I used to go back to Inglewood.
Yo, shout out to the
So-
suburbs, man.
Shout out to the suburbs because I met I met Mikey Rocks. I met little kid sister. I met hella people in the suburbs. I met Shauna Burke, everybody, and I met hella people in the city. But it's all about connecting and being smart. And if we shutting this down and with this race and diversity type of stuff or whatever, and not being open to everybody, we're not going to.
Thank you. That's my point entirely. You know, we all get together, throw in what we have. Like it's a big pot of food, I guess, at this point. And you gotta throw in a little spice in here and there for that bullshit they throw in there.
And this is the time to be like, the platform that Virgil that's handling right now. It's like really gonna show like.
It's a heavy workload.
Think
from
about Virgil.
IKEA, everything.
Think about Virgil. That's huge, though. It's how he came to be who he is.
Yeah,
we talk about
it's a very relatable story.
Talk about the kid who was like,
Yeah.
you know what, I'm gonna make this Pyrex
And
shit.
especially for us, like he came from Illinois, and he
Not even
just-
Chicago, Rockford. That's the big thing for me.
Yeah, it's
Not
cool,
even
but
the
like
inner
it's he made his name in Chicago pretty much. But anyways, long story short, it's just a good look for everyone. Y'all want to take that?
No, bro. Like at the end of the day, just
Brain
looking
fart
at
over there.
just looking at the actual numbers. At the end of the day, that's why I push for more of it because diversity is important. Like I know history. Like I'm big on history and figuring out how things came to be. and it's not fair how we can look out this window and you know who mostly lives in those condos buildings. Like we deserve that too. For them to think that we don't try hard enough, and that's the reason why you might not get that job or that promotion. You might not, get whatever opportunity could come your way that you work hard for. Hard, probably twice as hard as the saying goes. You gotta be twice as good and work twice as hard.
Creativity,
and you don't get that opportunity, bro.
Creativity always wins, man.
That's not true, family. That's not fucking true. It's
But
kids for
it can
sure
be
right
controlled.
now that are in school. White kids right now that already know that they don't even have to like get good grades for it. They just have to graduate and they.
Yeah, but what are they gonna do? Like work for like their dad's like.
What you mean? What they gonna do? They're gonna get more wealth, buy a home, start a family, live the quote unquote American dream, and that's something that was already set up for them because it's been generational wealth has happened for them. So they already can walk into some shit. We still have to do that. That's why this shit is important. For us to support black businesses, Latino businesses, try to curb gentrification as much as it is.
Okay, sorry.
Because the internet is important, and these businesses now can democratize their shit and have a level playing field.
Sorry, you just bought so sort of a hot topic for me is I get it. Support the minority businesses, but not just for the name, not just for the cause.
Of course, ain't nobody ever say.
So with that being said,
support a bad business, but it's shitty white businesses out here that get good. You just got good foot traffic in River North, so
exactly.
you don't stay making bread. Like what you said, but that's generational.
So
wealth.
sorry,
They've been active for 50 fucking years because it's just a hot spot.
Sorry,
they got it.
Do we still have time?
We got about 10 minutes.
I want to bring up Joe Fresco's and DBM real quick before we start talking. Chicago's gonna hate me for this. Joe Fresco's, I love the man. I love what he's doing in Chicago.
I love you, Joe, personally. So
honestly,
Joe, Vic, all of them.
I honestly think what Joe and Fat Tiger's doing is like monumental for the city right now in a way.
Oh, yo, it is. But let's stop just shy of saying he's a smart businessman. He's not a creator. He's not a designer. That's my hot take for the day. Y'all gotta eat that one up. I'm sorry, because you know what it is. Deem Knock came out and said, well, what Better Monster originally was internet memes and trolling. And look at where he and look at Joe Fresco, same exact concept. I haven't gotten anything new from Joe Fresco's, but I've gotten everything new from Deem Knock.
Hey, bro, Congruent Space alone last year was super intense, G. I don't know if you.
I went to Beauty Supply.
You went to?
I went.
That was dope. The merch, that shit was. That was incredible.
That was incredible. I think it was a good look.
Yeah, that shit was awesome.
Hey, I'm sorry.
It was an experience.
The Stone Island flips,
but from the hoodie T-shirts to what he did all summer to what my niggas did all summer. Shout out to them. So what my nigga Julian's doing in Japan, it's going crazy. From my nigga Muiz doing overseas. It's crazy. Shout out Farrell Will. Shout out to everybody making moves. With that being said, it's the guys, the grade A living. Mouse House is the platform, and we out of here. Cheer.
You got a target on your back, baby.
Cool. I'll live with that, man.
We're good. I